Good day everyone, my name is Karil MADERA and my co-reporter is BANDEJA. For today, we will be discussing about the Sama people. So for our learning objectives, at the end of the lesson, the students are able to identify the subgroups of the Sama people and their lifestyles, describe their traditions, economy, and language, and analyze how their maritime lifestyle shape society. So for the overview of the Sama group, the Sama people are an ethno-linguistic group primarily found in the southern part of the Sulu archipelago, particularly in Sulu and Tawi-Tawi. When we say ethno-linguistic group, these are a group of people with a distinct language and culture that gives them a unique identity. However, their presence extends beyond the Philippines as significant Sama communities can also be found in the northeastern Borneo, particularly in Malaysia and Brunei and parts of eastern Indonesia. So the name Sama collectively refers to related people who usually call themselves Sama, which they are also commonly known as Bajau. Sama people live a seaborne lifestyle and use small wooden sailing vessels such as the Perahu or the Layag in Maranao, Baluto, Lepa, and Vinta, in which it is designed to fit a small family usually consisting about 5 members. So here in our PPT, these are the boats that the Sama people used in sailing and also their home. Moreover, the Sama people are Islamic in origin but some are nominally Muslim. Also, there are others that are totally non-Islamic. So the Sama Bajau in the Philippines are generally categorized into 3 subgroups based on settlement patterns and lifestyle. First, we have the Sama Bihing, also known as Sama Lipin. They are often called the shoreline Sama because they traditionally live in stilt houses in coastal areas, particularly around Tawi-Tawi. They are adaptable, farming when land is available, and they play a crucial role as traders, connecting the sea-dwelling Sama de Laut with land-based community. Next, there's the Sama Deya, also known as Sama Darat or Land Sama. They live in the interior of islands, especially in Tawi-Tawi and Pangutaran, and are primarily farmers. They practice traditional slash and burn agriculture, cultivating crops such as rice, sweet potatoes, cassavas, and coconuts. Importantly, the Sama Deya in the Philippines distinctly differentiate themselves from the Sama Dilaut. Finally, we have the Sama Dilaut or the Sea Gypsies, also refers to as Sama Mandilaut or Bajau Laut, which means Sea Sama or Ocean Sama. They are a group that the most people associate with the term Bajau, although this term can be offensive to them. Traditionally, they live exclusively on houseboats called Lepa. To set themselves apart from the land-dwelling Sama Bajau, they sometimes identify as Sama Tuongan, which translates to true Sama or real Sama. We also have here the minor subgroups, which are named after islands of origin, includes the Sama Baranan, Sama Davao, Sama Zamboanga Sikubong, Sama Tuaran, Sama Semporna, Sama Sulawesi, Sama Simunol, Sama Tabawan, Sama Tandubas or Sama Tandobas, and Sama Ungus Matata.
Good afternoon, everyone. Since Madera already discussed the minor and general subgroups of Sama, let's proceed to the major subgroups of Sama Bajau. Each subgroup has unique traditions, migration, histories, and cultural identities, which I will briefly explain. First, we have the Baho, or also called Same, Turihin, or Bayo. They originated from Sulawesi and Kalimantan, Indonesia, and expanded to various islands in the region as early as the 16th century. They are sea nomads, traditionally living on houseboats called lipa-lipa, or stilt houses over water, and they rely on fishing, pearl diving, and seaweed farming. Their culture is deeply tied to the ocean, with maritime rituals and beliefs playing an important role in their lives. Next is the Bangingi, or also called Balangingi, are a subgroup from the Philippines. Unlike other Samabajao, they were known for their warrior culture, engaging in sea raids and piracy against coastal settlements and passing ships. Some Balangingi have migrated to Sabah, Malaysia, but their historical reputation as skilled maritime fighters set them apart from other Samabajao groups. Next is the East Coast Bajau, live in the northern and eastern parts of Sabah, Malaysia, and maintain close cultural ties with the Samabajao in the Philippines. They are divided into two groups, the Bajau Darat, who live on land, and Bajau Laut, who are semi-nomadic with some still living on boats. One of their well-known traditions is the Lipa houseboats, particularly built by the Bajau Kubang. They celebrate their seafaring heritage in the Regatta Lipa Festival held every year from April 24 to 26, where they showcase colorful boats and cultural performances. The Samal, also called MADERA, are one of the largest Samabajao subgroups originally from the Philippines. They are mostly land-dwelling and have migrated to northern Sabah, the Visayas, and southern Luzon. Because of their significant presence, they may have influenced the naming of the island Garden City of Samal in Davao del Norte. Next is the Ubian Samabajao, originated from South Ubian Island, Tawi-Tawi, and later migrated to Sabah, Malaysia, settling in Kudat Siporna, Kuta Kinabalu, and Kuta Bilud. They are divided into two groups: those who arrived before the World War II, who integrated into Sabahan culture, and those who fled after 1972 due to the Moro conflict, initially facing legal challenges but later obtaining Malaysian citizenship. Many of their descendants now consider themselves Malaysian, having fully adapted to local culture. And lastly, the West Coast Bajau, also known as Sama Kota Bilud, are native to Western Sabah, especially in Kota Bilud. They prefer to be called Sama, a name also recognized by the Luzon people, while the term Bajau was introduced by British administrators. Unlike Sama de Laot or the Sea Bajau, they are well known for their traditional horse culture, which plays a big role in their identity.
Moving on to the demographics and distribution of the Sama people. So the Sama population is estimated between 500,000 to 950,000 globally, varying due to migration, intermarriage, and challenges in census data. So the largest concentration of the Sama people are found in the Philippines, particularly in the regions that comprise the Sulu archipelago. Notably, as of the latest estimates, Philippines has 499,620 individuals, Malaysia has about 436,672, and Indonesia around 345,000 individuals of Sama. So the Sama tribe is primarily located across several key regions in Southeast Asia, in which in the Philippines, the dominant population of the Sama is situated in the Sulu archipelago, particularly in the provinces of Sulu and Tawi-Tawi. In Malaysia, the Sama are predominantly found in the state of Sabah, in which many have migrated from the Philippines due to conflicts in Mindanao, leading to the establishment in coastal areas like Semporna, which retains a significant Sama presence. Lastly is the Indonesia, in which Sama inhabits the particular regions like Sulawesi and the surrounding islands. Next is the languages and dialects of Sama people. The Sama language group is part of the Austronesian language family, which is one of the largest and most widespread languages in the world. So these dialects reflect the geographic and cultural diversity of the Sama communities. First one is the Sinama, in which it is the most widely spoken language, especially in Sulu archipelago. It serves as a unifying language with regional variation influenced by neighboring languages like the Tausug and Tagalog. Next is the Balangini in northern Sama. So this is spoken in northern parts of the Sulu Islands, where it differs from Sinama in pronunciation and vocabulary but still shares similarities with other Sama dialects. Third is the Central Sama. It is used in Sulu and Tawi-Tawi, in which this dialect acts as a bridge between northern and southern dialects, incorporating influences from nearby groups like Tausug and Maguindanaoan. Lastly is the Indonesian Bajau. So this is spoken by Sama communities in southern Sulawesi, Indonesia, in which this dialect reflects the Sama's migration and interaction with the Indonesian languages.
Next is the traditional wedding ceremony. So, a traditional wedding ceremony is a special event where two people get married, following their cultures, costumes, and beliefs. The Sama people's wedding is a joyful celebration with family, rituals, and blessings. It includes religious traditions, colorful clothing, and festive music and dance to mark the couple's union. Before the wedding, the groom's family gives a special gift called dowry, or also known as song, to the bride's family. This dowry shows respect and gratitude and proves that the groom can take care of his future wife. It is an important tradition that strengthens the bond between both families. So the dowry usually includes wedding ring, a symbol of love and marriage, Quran, a holy book to guide couples' life together, wedding gowns and shoes, clothes for the bride's special day, cash and mats or tepo, financial support, and woven mats for the home. Food items such as cigarettes, rice cake, and crunchy noodle rice rolls for sharing with family and guests. Before the wedding, a special prayer called Pagduwa Pasalamat is held to give thanks and ask for blessings. This prayer is led by imams or religious leaders and community elders and the couple's parents. Economic activities. So fishing is the main source of livelihood for the Sama people, as they are skilled in living and working in the sea. Their lives revolve around different fishing techniques that help them provide food and trade for survival. So spear fishing. So they use traditional spear guns to catch fish directly in the water. Collection of marine products. So they gather sea urchins, shells, and other marine resources for food and selling. Fishing techniques. So they use drift nets, spears, and traps to catch different types of fish. Diverse marine life. So they harvest over 200 species of fish and various shellfish, showing their deep knowledge of the sea. Their traditional arts and forms. So the Bajau people, a subgroup of the Sama, have a deep connection to art and music, which are central to their culture. Their traditional dances are especially important during wedding ceremonies, where they express joy, love, and unity through music and movement. These art forms well known in Indonesian society, highlighting the Sama people's rich cultural heritage. The Bajau people have a rich musical tradition with traditional songs passed down from generation to generation. Despite living on boats, they are passionate about playing musical instruments. Some of the instruments they use include palau, a type of wind instrument, tangguguan, a traditional drum, gabang, a bamboo instrument similar to xylophone. So in summary, the Sama people who live mainly in the Sulu archipelago, Malaysia, and Indonesia highlight the power of unity in overcoming challenges. Their community thrives through fishing, trade, and craftsmanship. Their traditional practices such as boat building, music, and dances show their strong connection to the sea and their cultural heritage. By working together, they preserve their culture, adapt to modern economic changes, and demonstrate how communities can thrive through cooperation. And that would be all for this report. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this presentation about the rich traditions and culture of the Sama people. I hope you gained a deeper understanding of their unique customs, values, and way of life. Once again, thank you for your attention. Bye.